let's start with reality, because I think that that is an area where a lot of people just don't want to face. And I'm not saying necessarily that making a mountain out of a molehill or what, whatever. But for me, when you talk about the reality, it's like, so often people go around in life with blindfolders on. And for those just listening, I've got my hands up. I use that a lot, like racehorses. When you look at a racehorse, they've got the blinders on, and they do that for a reason, because they only want that horse to see in front of them. They
Hmm.
don't want them to notice that there's a horse next, or what, they want them to just stay focused straight ahead. But we can't live our life that way, because you've got to be looking at the big, the windshield of the car, right? And a lot of people don't want to face that. So what do you have to say about the reality part? Can you just give us a couple of tips that you use in the book,
Yeah.
maybe? Yeah.
Yeah. I talk about what I call the reality curve. And when we think about the hardship or obstacles, the easiest way to face reality is to lean into the reality curve. Authentically resilient people move, and think about it, visualize a J curve. When you
Okay.
hit the obstacle in the road, the first thing that you want to do is to acknowledge that you've hit the obstacle in the road. And as soon as you acknowledge, you start to slide down that J curve to the bottom of the curve. That is what I call the slope of suffering. Right? And that slope of suffering on the way to acceptance is a big part of where resilient people have an advantage. The advantage is that if you move from acknowledge to accept quickly, you're going to move through that curve very, very fast.